Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Board BIA and on behalf of our esteemed partners at today's event, the World Wildlife Fund and Sustainable Agriculture Initiative, it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you here to the National Convention Centre here in Dublin. Over the past 4 years or so in my role as Chairman of Board BIA, I've had the honour of opening very many different types of events. But I can stand here today and honestly say that there are very few that I feel so excited about or so proud to be involved with as today's event. This really is a very special event for us here in Dublin. The Global Sustainability Forum is the first of a kind. It isn't really a conference at all in a traditional sense. And although we expect to have challenging conversations, it's also not intended that this should become another talking shop on the agenda of sustainability. What we're really hoping to achieve here today is to create a starting point, a birthplace even, for new thinking, new approaches and new actions. And because so much of sustainability is linked to accountability, we want to build that sense of accountability into everything we're doing here over the next 2 days, to embed it in our processes. This is not intended to be a one-off event. It's not intended to be an event where we just talk the talk and then walk off into the sunset and never hear a challenge to what we're saying here today and tomorrow. So it's intended to be the first of a series of events. So before we even start today's event, before we even kick off the great content that's facing us today and into tomorrow, I'd like to start by extending an invitation, an open invitation to all of you to come back here again in 2 years' time to report on the advances that you have made and the actions that you have taken as a basis and a foundation for your next steps. Every serious business, I think, has sustainability on the agenda currently. And often it seems that the word sustainability is on everybody's lips. But there are some individuals, some real leaders, some opinion formers, some decision makers in this space, people whose actions will decide how this agenda will evolve in the coming years and how our industry will deliver the kind of change that's needed. We have gone to great lengths to ensuring that as many as possible of those people are here in this room today. And as you look around the room today and as you sat and had lunch with people today, I hope you will realise now that you're among peers, that you can be confident that you are among people who are as passionate and as instrumental in this agenda of change as you are. It goes without saying then that one of the great opportunities facing us here today is networking and the opportunity to plan future collaborations. The smartest people in sustainability are in this room. And the conversations and relationships that are formed here will be one of the measures of success of this forum. Let's leverage that opportunity fully to energise and repurpose our actions for the challenge ahead. I'm saying all this while recognising that there are challenges in the food industry, and we will hear some of those challenges as we go through this afternoon. Yet they are more than balanced by the opportunity our industry has to play its part in shaping a better world for everyone. I think one of the lessons that will undoubtedly come from the process we're going through today and tomorrow is that none of us here in this room can achieve our goals alone. None of us can do it without the help of others. And there's a need for collaboration. The sustainability train may well be leaving the platform, but it can only reach its destination successfully if it has all of the stakeholders on board. And in that context, 3 years ago, in the context of collaboration, 3 years ago, Board BIA developed and established Origin Green, the first sustainability initiative to operate on a national scale, to bring together government and government agencies, the private sector, and those who grow and produce food. Every company that signs up to Origin Green makes a verifiable commitment to sustainability. The message they collectively send out is that this commitment is the only way forward for this industry. We have a very powerful interactive exhibit on show on the first floor of the Convention Centre here today in Liffey Hall 2 that will give you a sense of how Origin Green is working. And you can, with the help of technology and putting on a pair of goggles, actually take a tour of an Irish farm without damaging your good shoes. It's a great reference point for many of the conversations that will happen here today and tomorrow. I recommend it to you all. If you haven't yet seen it, please try and find time today to get there. Today, we lift our eyes to a global challenge, acknowledging the seriousness and scale of the issues to be dealt with. But it's also a time to be honest with ourselves, to talk openly and honestly about what we can and should be doing better. It's also a time for imagination and innovation, for confidence that the business models are evolving and decision-making is improving, and that real leadership is being brought to the challenges ahead. So just as we now begin this forum in the next few moments, let us do so with one question in mind. How much of the vision and ambition we express today can become part of the reality we report to each other when we come back and report on our commitments to each other in 2 years' time and again 2 years after that? How we answer that question isn't just important for ourselves and our businesses, but for our industry, for our countries, and indeed for our planet.